Hi, Danielle McCartan here with Tony Richardson from, well, a lot of teams, but the New York Jets most importantly. Nice to meet you, Tony.
Nice to meet you as well.
So, Tony, you started on the practice squad with the Cowboys,
Yep.
and then you ended up being inducted into, or will be inducted into the Chiefs Hall of Fame. What the heck? How does something like that happen?
You know, it's funny. Even when I did my acceptance speech, because they announced it during our one-on-one banquet in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, like, I'm still in shock because you don't play fullback to make it to the Hall of Fame. It's just a position kind of like offensive line that you just go about your business. But it happened, and I thank God that I worked around some really great people. Being in Kansas City, being around Hall of Famers like Will Shields, Willie Rowe, Priest Holmes, Tony Gonzalez, and so it helps when you have guys like that around you.
Yeah, that was my next question. What is their impact, guys like that around you?
Oh, it raises your level of play because it's we set a standard for ourselves that the coaches really didn't have to coach us. I mean, obviously, they had to teach us the game plan, but as far as like our intensity, our effort, and the things that we were trying to get accomplished, we set our own individual goals, and so I knew if I wasn't performing to my best, I was letting down Tony, and if Tony wasn't performing his best, he was letting down Will Shields or Willie Rowe, and so that kind of kept us all motivated and kept us going.
Yeah, that's cool. A little internal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the worst. Like, it's one thing if a coach gets onto you, but if one of your teammates gets onto you for not pulling your weight, then that's it's real bad.
Even more effective, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I saw online you grew up in Germany.
Yeah.
Do you still know any German?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Yes, a little bit. I don't know too much. I've learned Spanish since then, and I can't speak Spanish too much either. So one day I definitely want to go back and submerge myself in the culture and learn it. As a kid, living there, 8 years off and on. I knew it fluently, but I don't know it anymore.
So I'm actually by day I'm an Italian teacher, a high school Italian teacher. I saw you have a degree in education.
Yeah, I got my undergrad in education and my MBA in finance.
So would you ever want to go into that field?
Teaching?
Yeah.
It depends. I think that if anything, I'd probably want to do it on obviously the high school level, maybe coaching young people. When I have kids for myself one day, then I might lean that direction. But I have a huge admiration for teachers because I think that teachers really make a difference in our youth's lives. And I think it's really, if you look at it, and obviously you understand it, that the teachers actually have their hands and more involved with the kids than sometimes the parents are. So I think it's a profession that a lot more people should pursue, and I think it's something a lot more people should appreciate.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So inducted into Alabama Hall of Fame last year, joining Jets, because, I'm for the Jets, Joe Namath and Marty Lyons.
I'm walking through the hall, and it's like, to see Joe Namath's bust and to see, Derek Thomas and to see Pat Dye and guys like that. It's like, how do you ever put your name in the same sentence with Joe Namath? So, all these things have just been happening over the last couple of years, and it's just very humbling to be recognized with, obviously Joe Money is the man. So every time I see him, we always razz each other about Alabama and Auburn, but it's all in fun and all in love. But it's just very humbling to be a part of the class of and actually, the guy I went in with 2 years ago was, last year, was Evander Holyfield. I didn't know he was from Alabama, so I went in with his class.
That's cool.
Yeah, I say his class because it wasn't my class.
No, it's yours too. He's so humble. So Joe Money, huh?
Yeah.
Have any of them reached out to you? Well, obviously, and congratulating you on that.
Yeah, for sure. That's the one thing about it is like this is my first year, and so a lot of guys come back. Joe actually couldn't make it back, but a lot of guys came back to welcome me in. And so that's the same thing I'll do is the guys who are coming in behind me. This upcoming year I want to be there and just welcome in. And so when first time I saw Joe afterwards, he was congratulating me and telling me how special a hall that it is to be a part of.
That's cool. Just two more questions here. What's one big takeaway from the Rex Ryan era at the Meadowlands?
I think that it's not. I love Rex to death. I think the big takeaway is that Rex really loved and cared about his players, and if he could give the shirt off his back, give every dollar he had in his bank account to ensure that the Jets would be playing in the Super Bowl, not only playing but winning, he would have done it. And that's the thing that's disappointing because we were so close.
I know.
We laid it out there, and just we came up a few plays short here and there, and that's the biggest thing is that I don't think people really appreciate what we were able to accomplish in such a short period of time.
Yeah, 2 AFC championship games and back-to-back ones, right?
It was my first ever playoff win, so I got to attribute to him. Thank Rex for that.
You worked for the NFLPA. What work do you do with them? I know you still work for the NFL now. It's different, right?
Yeah, it's definitely different because when you're actually on the NFLPA side, you're actually working on behalf of the players. And so some of the things I take pride in is obviously when we had our lockout, I was on the negotiating committee, on the executive committee, that we were able to secure a 10-year deal to end the lockout to get the guys back on the field. Where now I'm really not involved with the NFL. I'm more so helping the players transition on the field. So I'm really not involved in are they fighting over this or fighting over that? It's like now I'm in a position to help, current guys and former players. And so I value the time I had and the things I learned on the PA side, and now I definitely enjoy my job, what I do now.
So I researched some German on my own.
Yeah, what did you figure out?
Danke.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Danielle McCartan at Ben & Jack's on Fifth Avenue.